Hey guys, Coach Becca here. Welcome to my upper body focused workout. This piggybacks off of last week, which was a lower body focused workout. But today all you're going to need is a set of weights. I'm going to be using one set of moderate weights. But something I tell a lot of my strength classes is that if you have a set of weights that you would like to go back and forth between, you're more than welcome to. It really is about your goals for this workout. If you want to gain strength, maintain, maybe it's a little bit of a lighter day. Personally, this is my off day from swimming. So knowing that I have a hard swim tomorrow, but I still want to stimulate my upper body muscles, I am going to keep it more moderate. So today's session is going to be focused more on muscular endurance. So that being said, you might want to choose weights where you know you can complete a set of 12, 15, sometimes 20 repetitions. Our goal for our workout today is to get to the 20-minute mark, but we are going to start with an intentional 5 minutes of mobility. It's a beautiful day here in Seattle, nice late fall day. So I've got my my two boys out here with me because they just deserve to be in the sunlight. So you can go ahead and start standing. We are going to begin with, like I said, mobility, specifically in the shoulders and spine. We're going to focus a lot on the rotational aspect of mobility. So just to isolate one side, I want you to go ahead and place your elbow at 90 degrees from your shoulder. You can open your palm, but one thing I've noticed is when people do this with an open palm, they tend to do the movement with their wrists once their shoulders are at the end range of motion. So I'm going to make my hand into a fist today. If you're a swimmer and do fist drill, this is a direct translation to that. So elbow here at 90 degrees. I like to just place one palm here to focus again on the shoulder, that shoulder joint. You're going to do internal rotation as far as you can, and then external rotation as far as you can. And we're just going to do this for about 40 seconds on this side. Really slow and intentional. Now is a good time to check in with your breath. So inhale on one side of the movement and then exhale on the other side of the movement. Keeping the arm at 90 degrees. Great one to do in front of the mirror too. You can really see when you start to wiggle around to try to gain a little bit more movement, but we want the shoulder to do all the work here. Again, finding the end range of motion and internal rotation and external rotation. Great one to do on a wall. If you're standing near a wall, you can just back up right next to it. I really like to do that before I hop in the pool. And we'll finish on this one. Great. Think of this one almost as strength training for your shoulder joint because it's actually a pretty challenging exercise. Again, on the other side now. Inhale on one side of the movement. Exhale on the other side. I'm not wearing a heart rate monitor today like I was last week, but our heart rate is going to stay relatively low during this workout. The upper body muscles are just a touch smaller than the leg muscles, so we might not get quite the heart rate boost that we did last week. So if you're somebody that's not involved in endurance sport like triathlon or running or swimming, you might want to think about adding some low impact cardio training into your workout routine, maybe on a different day from this workout, just so that you're challenging your muscular system and your cardiovascular system. All right, almost done here. Let's finish on this repetition. I guess we went closer to a minute on that one, but I'm always okay with a little extra shoulder mobility. And then we're going to tie it together. We're just going to do this a few times, some 90-degree switches. So both elbows at 90 degrees. Now, I find it's a little harder to get the most mobility when two things are happening at once. So that's why I like to start with the isolated and then go to the doubles. This is a lot more of a swim-specific movement, so I like to go from the single-sided to kind of getting a little coordination in, making it a little bit more specific to my sport. Again, working that shoulder rotation now on the right and the left side. Wonderful job. We'll finish on this one. Woo, wonderful. Okay, we're going to do some windmills next. This one is going to stretch out the legs and it's going to get spine rotation going. And then we're actually going to kind of get into the workout from here because these two take a little bit longer and I think they kind of cover a lot of our bases. If you have a very, very light weight and you know you have strong shoulders, you can do this movement with a weight. Regardless, I want you to really try to pack that shoulder into the joint using that beautiful lat muscle here behind the armpit. I'm not going to use any weight here on the first couple, but I can show you what it looks like with weight. If you want to really work on shoulder stability, then you would add weight in. So Anchor that arm in, arm stays nice and straight. The other hand is gonna go straight down as you rotate through the spine, hinging at the hips. Try to look up at that top arm. Rotate the shoulder and through the spine to stand. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna do a total of 5, so 2 more. And if you wanna see what it looks like with weight, I will show you on this last one here. You'd anchor that shoulder, keep the arms straight. Beautiful. Much harder with weight. I actually would consider that one like an actual exercise if you're using weight. So if you want to load a little bit today, go ahead and add a little weight in the warm-up. Here we go, 5 on this side now. Big stretch. If you want to pause at the bottom there briefly, if you want to get a little extra lower body stretch in. We're not doing much with the lower body today, but similar to the lower body workout we did last week, it's not like you ever will go a full day just using your arms or just your legs. So we'll incorporate a little bit of glute and core work in our upper body focused workout. 1 more, and we're going to get started. Nice. Great. Okay, so we're going to start with one of my favorite exercises. If you've done any of my YouTube sessions, you might have seen this before, or if you're one of my weekly regulars at my strength class, this is a common one. Because, and I like to do it right after the warm-up, it incorporates the lower body stability. So while we're working the shoulder, we're also working our core, because anytime you have weight loaded on one side versus the other, your core is going to be engaged much more. But we're also going to be working ankle, knee, and hip stability. So grab one of your weights. I'm going to place the weight right on my shoulder. I'm going to balance with that. So the weight, the weight is on this side. I'm balancing on my opposite leg. Okay, but the same knee and the same arm are elevated, if that makes sense. All right, we're going to do 12 a side. 2 sets total. Here we go. Let's press straight up for 1, 2, 3. Try to keep that knee up even with the hip. There's 4, 5. Breathe with the rep. 6, so inhale on one side, exhale on the other. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very good. It's okay if you lose your balance a little bit. And in fact, if you find you're struggling with balance a lot, I encourage you just to put one toe and just put a little bit of the weight there until you build more of that stability. Totally fine if you get a little bit wobbly. Okay, get your balance. And here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Okay, now on the second set, I'm going to change things up a little bit. I want you to balance on the same side. So that way we're getting just a little bit of cross-body balancing and just a little bit of a different engagement. So now that same knee that you were just up stays up. We're going to balance on the same leg as the arm that's working. So a little change up in round 2, still working all the same things, just a little bit different of a stimulus. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Good job. All right, last set of these. Knee even with the hip. Get your balance, get your stability. And there's 1, 2, 3. Continue to focus on pressing straight over that shoulder joint. We never want to press out wide or even forward. Press straight up. Halfway at 6, 7, 8. Nice job. 9, 10. Try to squeeze those glutes. 11, and 12. Great. I know not everyone loves that cue, but some people really need the reminder. All right, so grab the other weight now. We're going to do a combination move. This is one of my favorites. In fact, I have my 90-year-old grandmother-in-law doing this exercise weekly. The coordination's a little tough to get down, but if she can get it down, I think that you guys will be able to too. So just take it slow in the first set, and you'll get another chance in the upcoming rounds. So we're going to do 12 of these as well, 2 sets of 12 with an in-between exercise for you. So it's going to be a bent over row to a triceps kick back. and then you reset. So I kind of break it into a 4 count, bent over row, triceps extension, relax, reset. All right, so I'm gonna show you from the side and from the front. We're gonna do 12. Here we go. So I always show bad form first. So this is how we don't do a bent over row. We don't want to tuck the tailbone. It's almost like cat and cow. We want to be in that kind of, I guess that would be, this is cat, this would be cow position. Nice flat back, so you're kind of pushing the tailbone out. The knees are soft, the hips are hinged. Grab your 2 weights, squeeze those shoulder blades, pull those weights all the way up into the armpits for a bent over row. Triceps extension back, bend the elbows, straighten the arms. Let's go to 12. That's 1. Row, triceps, bend the elbows, reset. That's 2. Row, triceps, reset. That's 3. Row, triceps, that's 4. And 5. Nice and controlled, nice smooth tempo. 6. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 7. 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 9. And this is where it'll feel hard now. 10. 2 more to go. 11. And 12. Great job. Hop on down to the mat. That exercise worked the back body really well, so we're going to work the front body here. We're going to do a leg lift with a chest press. Excuse me, Red. Excuse me. Look out. Go lay down. Okay, so legs start out straight. You're going to do a leg lift and a chest press. If you can bring the shoulders up towards the leg, that would be great. We're going to do 20 total. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and we're halfway here. You can leave the neck on the ground if you start to feel stress in the neck. Here's 12, but if you can get the core going a little bit with that upper body lift, that would be great. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Very good. That's a nice one to work a little bit of hip flexion and extension with the leg lift. We get the core with kind of that like partial crunch. And of course, we're working chest and biceps with that floor chest press. If you're going to go heavy on a repetition today or movement, that's definitely the one, because the floor will stop you at 90 degrees. You can get a little deeper on a bench or like a stability ball. So you can go a little heavier on this one because the floor does limit your range of motion. All right, so we're going to do each of those exercises one more time. Let's do that. Row to triceps kickback. Again, hinging at the hips with soft knees. We're going to go to 12. Here we go. Row, triceps, reset, relax. Row, triceps, bend the elbows, reset. So pull those elbows up, straighten the elbows, bend the elbows, reset the arms. Good, that's 3. And 4. Keep that core nice and braced. That's 5. You should not feel your lower back here. That's 6. Those muscles are stabilizing you. There's 7. But if you feel like your lower back is hurting, just watch if we're here versus here. That's 8. That's 9. And 10. 2 more. You should be feeling it here. 1 more. Good. Okay, look out, Red. Guard dog to the best level here, Mr. Red. Okay, so we have the leg lift with the chest press option to bring the shoulders off the mat. And we're doing 20 total. Here we go for 1 and 2. Exhale as you lift if you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, here we go, 19, and 20. Woo, nice job. All right. The next one, we're gonna work our legs just a little bit, kind of how that last one worked the hips and the core a little bit. So we're kind of getting 2 for 1 on this one. We are going to do sort of if you were here last week, we did a split lunge with our back foot elevated. So we're gonna steal a little bit of that movement. We're gonna do a 90-degree split lunge with a bicep curl. Now, if you're not interested in legs at all today, you can just stand in the split stance position with the back heel elevated and do the curl, and you're still gonna be getting the benefit of stability. Anytime we go from feet stacked like so to split stance, that's just a little boost on the stability takeaway. So there's a little trick for you. So level 1, you're gonna be here doing a bicep curl. Level 2, you're gonna be at the bottom of a split lunge doing a bicep curl, all right? So we're gonna do 12 per side 2 times, if you've gotten the rhythm of today. All right, here we go. So lower down to that split lunge, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, it's burning now, I know, 2, and 1. Take a little breather here. Woo! I'll show you what it looks like from this side on this set. Here we go, lower down, back heels elevated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, woo, halfway at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Wonderful job. All right, that was set 1. Let's just stretch those legs a little bit. 30 seconds, hamstring forward bend, because we're going to go right back and do another set of those. And I want you to perform well, so I'm giving you a little bit of rest. Maybe focus on a deep exhale here. Slow that heart rate down. That way you know going into this last set, you're not going to skimp. That's why I like rest. I know people get antsy with rest, but we're really working to build strength, muscle, etc. You've got to give yourself some rest. Otherwise, you give yourself that out to maybe lower down less each time you do it. So let's go for round 2, and let's not take shortcuts now that we're nice and refueled. Back heels elevated, nice wide stance. Here we go for 12. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Wonderful. Other side. I'll face you this time so you can kind of get an idea of what the joint stacking looks like. Here we go, lower down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12. Nicely done. All right, weights down. Stretch the legs out. 30 seconds. Deep breathing. 10 more seconds. Slow that heart rate down. Almost done for the day. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. All right, come on down to the mat. I'm just going to finish with a little bit of core. Option to use weight. I'm going to keep 1 weight just nearby me. You might recognize the dead bug. I do it often. It's one of the best exercises out there, and that's why it's in so many workouts. What we're going to do is extend one leg all the way out, so that's hip extension, and then the other leg. So this is level 1. You're just going to alternate legs. You always come back to the knees right over the hips. Level 2, I just want you to lower the same arm and same leg down. No weight. Level 3, you can hold your weight by the sides, and every repetition, you're going to bring the weight overhead and then back together. Okay? So we're going to do this for 1 minute, and this is the end of our workout. All right? Here we go. Knees at 90 degrees. Inhale and exhale with the movement. If you're adding the weight in, you're going to get just a little bit more lat engagement. The core has to work just a little bit harder. No matter what level you're doing, you're working on your core stability. So the innermost of your layers of your core, a lot of times the superficial core gets all the attention. And in order to prevent injuries and help us stay strong through all walks of life and all types of movements, we need good core stability. So working the innermost layers of our core, this one also helps with coordination, given that right-left kind of thing happening there. And I've also found this to be one of the best exercises for preventing lower back pain. This and the glute bridge. That's why I try to include those in so many of my workouts. All right, we've got 8 seconds to go, and then we're done for the day. Nice work, you guys. 4, 3, really stretch it out. 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, let's end with a little butterfly stretching because that feels great. Feet together, knees out. Focus on your exhale, just hinging forward. If you want to walk your hands out, just a nice way to warm down. Really great. Looking for suggestions for next week, so please drop them in the comments below, or if you're somebody that follows me on online, it's at Kawaoka-Coaching on Instagram, _. You can shoot me a message there, and I'll incorporate that into my weekly plans. Slowly bring it back up, but I'd love your suggestions. If you love the workout, be sure to like and subscribe. Of course, it helps the channel, but it also keeps you up to date on workouts as they post. It seems like Wednesday's been the day that I'm posting, unless it's a really long video file, then it takes a couple days for it to upload. So thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to hearing your suggestions, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great rest of your week, guys. Thanks.